Hi you guys, a lot of people work for small companies who can't afford to offer a 401k. Well, there's another option. It's one we don't really hear about a lot. It's called the Simple IRA. We're going to be talking about it next on the Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. Today we're going to talk about a lesser known retirement plan. It's called the Simple IRA. Now the Simple IRA stands for Savings Incentive Match Plan for Employees. Abbreviated SIMPLE. And IRA, of course, Individual Retirement Arrangement. Now what this is designed for is companies with 100 or less employees. 401ks can be very costly to a company to offer. This is another option that is lower cost. There's a few different things involving a Simple IRA. First thing are the contribution limits. They're a little bit lower than it is for a 401k. For 2019, the contribution limits are $13,000, and if you're 50 or over, you get a $3,000 catch-up. Simple IRAs, all pre-tax, you guys. There are no Roth options. Because this is designed to save taxes for small businesses, all money contributed is pre-tax money. The money's going to grow tax deferred, just like any other IRA. And when you take it out, remember, it's taxed as ordinary income, just like a traditional IRA. Now, the reason they have these is if an employee didn't have any type of retirement to be able to contribute to, he would be limited to $6,000 for a max contribution to his personal IRA, whether it be Roth or traditional. This is a way to put a little bit more money away, $13,000 instead of only $6,000. There are some differences from a 401k. For example, if the employee starts in the plan, he is 100% vested immediately. Unlike some 401ks that have a vesting period of up to, in some cases, 3 to 5 years to be fully vested for employer contributions, in a Simple IRA, the employee is 100% invested from day one. It also has lower administrative cost to administer the plan for the employer. The nice thing it offers too, most 401ks give you a small list of options. You know, you have maybe 10 to 15 options in which to invest in. With this, you have as many options as you want. You can do individual stocks, you can do bonds, you can do ETFs, you can do mutual funds, index funds. You have a lot more options. Now let's talk about the biggest difference. The biggest difference is the employer contribution. He has two options. He can choose the elective 3% option, or he can choose the 2% non-elective. Now, we'll talk about each one. If the employer chooses the elective 3%, that means he's going to contribute up to 3% of a person's salary if they elect to contribute that amount. So for example, if I made $100,000 and I decided I was only going to contribute 3% or $3,000, my employer would match $3,000. The second version of the Simple IRA is the non-elective version. Now, in the non-elective version, the employer is going to make a 2% contribution whether I choose to contribute or not. So every employee will get 2%. We talked about the contributions being a little bit lower. Now, there are a couple of exceptions. If you have a highly compensated employee, for example, let's say that I was a highly compensated employee and I made $500,000, just for an example. I could contribute $13,000. My employer, if he was doing the 3% elective match, would contribute up to 3% of my salary. 3% of my salary at $500,000 would be $15,000. Now, he cannot contribute more than $13,000, but he could contribute $13,000 as the contribution for the employer if I was making that much money. So it's a way to get a little bit more in there. IRS publication 560 is Retirement Plans for Small Business. It's the IRS publication that controls simple IRAs, SEP IRAs, and other qualified plans for small companies. On the non-elective contributions, 2% of each eligible employee's compensation will be deferred by the employer, whether the employee chooses to participate in the plan and make contributions on their own or not. With the 3% matching contribution, the employer is only required to match 3% or up to 3% if the employee makes contributions as well. This is an IRA that most people do not ever even hear about because it's not very common. But for some people who work for smaller companies, this may be an option. If you have an employer who doesn't offer any retirement plan, you might go to your HR and ask them, hey, have we looked into doing a simple IRA as an option for us? That was just a really quick down and dirty, you guys, on the simple IRA. I hope you got something out of it. It's a plan that most people don't know about because they're a lot less common than other types of retirement plans. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You guys almost to 100 subscribers, so I am really stoked about that. As long as you guys keep watching, I'm going to keep making videos. All right, we'll see ya. Thanks.